Hey fam, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another reaction. This is Segovia coming to you live from the man cave. I hope everyone out there is having a good day. Y'all, we're back with another reaction. We got a good one today, y'all. I ain't gonna sit here and talk your guys' ears off. Y'all know we save the chit chat for the end of the reaction. Make sure you guys stick around for that. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show.
Just saw the sun poking through the clouds over there and had to pull over and make a little video. There's a mad dog who's not happy. But listen, it's obvious, isn't it? That's not far away. That can't be 93 million miles away. There's no way that you're seeing rays of light coming down like that. Look at the angle of them. Look how you can triangulate that back to the sun. You can't possibly observe what we're observing here if that's not a local light.
He's got a point, y'all. How is, let's say those mountains are what, 20 miles away, if that, and the light rays are in front of them, and that's 93 million miles compared to 20 miles? I don't know.
So that proves the firmament, that proves the creator, that proves we're not spinning through space at speeds we can't imagine, and that proves that life does have a meaning. We're at the centre of the universe. The deceivers can only have the power that we give to them. Look at your reality, observe it, ponder the universe, and you will find the truth.
Watch this right here and tell me if this doesn't blow your mind. That's a human hair right there. This is the Apple CPU, the little chip that's in your phone or your computer. Yeah, watch it and tell me this is not fallen angel technology. I don't know what to say. Because nobody can make something like this. Not even a laser can shoot down that far and create something like this.
That's crazy.
Yep, just keep watching. We're going way deep. Oh yeah, we're not done yet. It goes further. Yep. And we hit the bottom, finally.
That's crazy. It's like some DNA kind of.
This is just, it blows my mind. I can't even fathom it. I can't understand it. But that's exactly what fallen angel technology does. You can't even imagine. You can't imagine it. Can't create it. Yeah.
What'd you tell him about that story?
Yeah.
No one believes me.
Before we get into this, somebody let me know who's Ronnie and Max. They're in a music band, I'm guessing. Rock and roll. I don't know. Let me know. Who are these people?
No one believes me. What happened?
It happened. So we wanted to be famous. Right?
I'm 17 years old. Want to be famous all the time. You tell the other half, but want to be famous. I made a draft of what was soon to be the contract for my soul to be sold to the satanic man, Lucifer.
He rewrote it like a bunch of times to like make sure.
Rewrote it, you know, blah blah blah. And the day came where I cut my finger and signed it in blood.
Signed it in blood.
What happened?
Right?
What happened though?
So as he's doing this, we're in my mom's apartment, and
signed it in blood.
I kid you not, dude. I kid you not, man. All of a sudden, the windows, everything, the shades start moving, wherever else. Red light starts shining in. The front door blows open. It's like whirlwind, like surrounds our apartment, and then like door blows open, windows. Oh my god! You know what I mean? Like,
literally.
And all of a sudden,
No, but
and it's done.
Yeah, it's done. But the thing about that is that I could tell you, Vegas has a lot of big dust devils.
Yeah.
But this one was,
no pun intended.
This one was
right?
really
that was
big.
the dust devil.
But it made
Exactly.
like red light shine in through the windows.
red light is explained through the street light getting covered in dirt, and it turns red or whatever, orangish red. But it was awfully strange.
This right here is a Krampus celebration going on in Norway. I'm not trying to ruin Christmas for you. I'm just showing you how other people celebrate Christmas around the world. By the way, credit to that guy right there. So this right here, Krampus, is actually a half demon, some other kind of monster that's supposed to come and punish children, and he comes on behalf and with Saint Nick. This story gets a whole lot stranger and a whole lot darker in 1 second. That second is now. You're probably wondering, what does Krampus do to adults? He comes to put people in the chains of bondage. You can't even make this up. Which brings us to Saint Nick. Have y'all ever thought it strange that Santa Claus lives at the North Pole? He sees you when you're sleeping, he sees you when you're awake, he's all-knowing, omnipotent, always there to give someone according to their works. He punishes the children badly with birch rods. And the North Pole, where Santa lives, being omnipotent, they also have the aurora, which the colors mimic that of God's throne. You see what I'm saying? They're trying to make Santa in the likeness of God and an anagram for Satan, just for fun. And the North Pole, home to Rufus Nigra, the great magnetic mountain of the North, also on all the maps before the 1700s. I would even argue more protected than Antarctica itself. Wonder why? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
My neighbor right here across the street has one of those Krampus things. I didn't know what that was until I made this reaction. I told my girlfriend the other day, like, he's got like an evil Santa Claus out there, and that's what it is. It's one of those. Right here across the street, y'all. If I could take this webcam off, I'll show you guys. See it from here, from my window.
What is the effect of, say, if you have 3 nights a week where you sleep 8 hours, and then the next night 2 hours, and then the next night 8 hours? How much of a bump or how much of a dip does that 2 hours give you in your overall health?
It's bad.
It's bad.
Today, both you and I have produced cancer cells in our body. What prevents those cancer cells from becoming the disease that we call cancer is in part these natural killer cells. And after 1 night of 4 hours of sleep, that is a remarkable state of immune deficiency. And that's one of the reasons why insufficient sleep predicts cancer. In the spring, when we lose an hour of sleep, we see a subsequent 24% increase in heart attacks.
What?
In the fall, in the autumn, when we gain an hour of sleep, there's a 21% decrease in heart attacks. So it's bidirectional.
Wow.
That's how fragile and vulnerable your body is to even just the smallest perturbation of sleep.
1 hour.
1 hour is
That's
all it
insane.
The refs are shaving yards for the Kansas City Chiefs, and everyone's starting to realize it now. Obvious first down here, right? Take a look. Crucial play here, 3rd and 5. Very clearly gets the first down. The referees mark him an entire yard short of the first down marker. Look at the announcers here. They say picks up the first. Picks up the first. They know it's a first down. Everyone knows it's a first down, and then the head coach realizes you put the ball an entire yard short of the first down. Now everyone realizes it. Now even the announcers are talking about it. Look at this. They say, quote,
At that point, if I was a Raiders fan, I'd be like, this game's over. It's over. No way we're going to win after doing stuff like that.
I thought he picked that up easily. So now it's 4th and short. The Chiefs stop the Raiders, and the Chiefs go on to score right after this. This kid's foaming at the mouth, but the crazy thing is we've got to take a look at the play that happened right before this. This is on 1st and 10 when the ball initially gets placed at the 36-yard line. You tell me if this ball should be on the 36 or maybe the 34 even. Take a look. Now, granted, I think you could say, all right, maybe he's on the 35, but in no way is he on the 36-yard line. That's where they place the ball. That's where the 3rd down play takes place from. And ultimately, we know what happens. They're stopped inches short, and the Chiefs go on to score. Thankfully, people are starting to wake up to this now. As a former Chiefs fan, I'm disgusted.
I don't know, y'all. If the Chiefs win it again, after all these things that have miraculously gone their way, I mean, they're 10-1, 11-1 now. Just for Taylor Swift to get the ratings, they're going to make the most money if the Chiefs are in the Super Bowl. I don't even think I want to do business, even with my Cardinals anymore, y'all. That's all I watch. I just watch the Cardinal games on Sunday. I don't sit here and watch football all day. I got things to do. But, yeah, it's a little obvious if they're back in there.
Give me a dollar amount as to how much it would cost to end homelessness in America per year.
Ending homelessness in America is estimated to cost about $20 billion to $30 billion per year.
How much would it cost to end hunger in America per year?
Ending hunger in America would cost around $25 billion per year.
How much would it cost to send every college student to college for free per year?
Providing free college for every student in America would cost approximately $80 billion to $100 billion per year.
How much has the U.S. sent the Ukraine since the war started?
Since the war began in February 2022, the U.S. has sent over $75 billion in assistance to Ukraine.
So you're telling me we could end homelessness, end hunger, and send everybody to college for free for around the same amount of money that we spent in the Ukraine war since it started?
Yes, that's correct. The combined costs to end homelessness, end hunger, and provide free college education in America could be roughly comparable to the over $75 billion the U.S. has sent to Ukraine.
Look how crazy this is, y'all. This guy's got a podcast. Look at the times we're in. He's got a microphone on his phone talking to AI. And AI is just dropping facts. That's what podcasts are probably going to turn into. That's going to be people's guests. They're just going to be sitting there chit-chatting with their phone, asking them questions, interviewing them. Crazy times we're in, y'all. Start you a podcast.
Since the war started.
So why doesn't America just spend that money at home rather than sending it to other countries to fight their wars?
I don't know. Humanity is complicated.
So many of these things we suffer from today are physician-caused diseases. And then we pay them to fix the disease they cause. It's like you go to a guy to change the oil, and he takes your brake pads off. You say, man, my brakes are squeaking. They're not very good. You go back and you say, oh, I got to replace your brake pads. That's what doctors do. You see, because they game the system. Remember the Senate committee came out a couple of months ago and said doctors are gaming the system now? They do it every day to every one of you. So you got to stop using them, except for emergencies. You're unconscious. Even in your sleep, your prayer should be, I hope the doctor is sober when I get there. But other than an emergency, if you've been run over by a truck or fall off a roof, do not go to a doctor. Take care of yourself first. Ask grandma. Okay? Do not go to them for every little thing.
The United States continues to be the world's largest provider of humanitarian aid and development assistance. That's going to increase. You know, that's the right thing for the wealthiest nation in the world to do. And today, I'm announcing over $1 billion in new humanitarian support for Africans displaced from homes by historic droughts and food insecurity. We know African leaders and citizens are seeking more than just aid. You seek investment. So the United States is expanding our relationship all across Africa, from assistance to aid.
In a shocking move, South Korea's president declared martial law, claiming rival lawmakers are subverting parliament and sympathizing with communist North Korea. The late-night move triggered chaos on the streets as hordes of angry citizens clashed with riot police. Under martial law, parliament and other political gatherings were suspended under penalty of arrest without a warrant. Despite that, the National Assembly met and voted unanimously to lift the order. South Korea's military announced martial law would remain in place until it is lifted by the president himself. President Yoon has said he would lift the order as soon as he could convene his cabinet.
So guys, this is kind of like an emergency TikTok video, but I am a Korean person living in Korea and there's kind of an emergency happening. Basically, martial law has been declared in Korea. What that means is military power will be given absolute power over everybody. My friend has sent me pictures of a tank going by on the streets. I can hear helicopters going by constantly right now in my apartment. And our current president, Yoon Suk-yeol, he's claiming that his opposition party, his political opposition party, are like North Korean communist sympathizers and they might have like secret supporters within their party. So that's why he needs to call this martial law, this military rule. It's literally a whole load of like bullshit. And even his own party are like strongly opposing this because this has basically already tanked the Korean economy. Our Korean stock market, our value of the Korean won against the dollar is all tanking. This will have horrible repercussions for the Korean economy. And apparently this is the first time this has happened since 1980. This martial law has been declared. And I genuinely don't know what this means. Like if there's military, actual tanks and army people parading around the streets, does this affect people going to work, doing about their normal things? I have to be at places tomorrow, but then we're all been like, what's happening right now? We have to put everything kind of like as a question mark. I don't know how long this will go on for or how this will get resolved, but yeah, Korea is going to hell basically. Wish us luck.
Porque estas estrellas, mira, son de otra forma y eso es como fuego. Son muy grandes.
A lot of UFOs popping up, y'all. Especially in Arizona. We got some clips. Tomorrow's video as well.
Sí. Ahí está. No, y acá. Mira. Son estrellas flotando, como saltando en las nubes. Mira, ¿lo ven de cerca?
Sí. Mira, a ver. Ay, pero ahí se están acercando más.
Y ahí no hay montaña, no hay nada, mira.
No hay nada ahí.
Las montañas son eso. No voy a enseñar acá.
Qué miedo. Son muy grandes. Se ve como que se... No. El Pablo. Nadie lo ve.
No sé qué. No, nadie le presta atención.
Nadie le presta atención a eso.
Okay, I don't know if this is true. It came across my page, and I am like, if this isn't the distraction as to what is going on over in Korea with the martial law, I don't know. It definitely could be true. This is something that the media would not tell us. But according to this Malaysia flight 370 that went missing in 2014, so 10 years ago, landed there at the airport this morning. I don't know. It says BBC. I looked it up on the BBC. I didn't see anything, but I was hoping you guys could check it out. Help me out. Leave your comments, because, like I said, this is something that the media would not report. And this would actually explain what the hell is going on over there. Because we all know that this reason of cut budget is not enough to declare martial law, and yet they did. Now, I don't know, like I said. So leave your comments, let me know what you guys all think.
With the whole cancellation of Diddy, I was at a party in Miami that I should not have been at, like some real black excellence shit that I was not deserving to be at, but I went with the DJ.
Yeah.
And I took ecstasy, and I ended up wandering around in some mansion on Star Island, and I ended up walking, I guess it was his mansion. I walked in a room I shouldn't have walked into, and I saw him like hooking up with a dude. Basically, like full spooning situation. This guy, Felix the House Cat, who's like a producer, whatever. I then told the story on a podcast, and then his people called me and were like, you need to say you were joking. Like, say you're a funny guy, and like you made it up for the views. And I was like, but I did not. I saw it. And he saw me when I came in.
Were you like a little scared?
Yes. Because everyone in the room like stopped, because I opened the door and was like, is this the bathroom? And everyone was like, no, this is a room where like celebrities, like male celebrities hook up. It's like some glitterati shit.
Yeah.
And then he basically had people call me and like threaten me and like tell me that if I didn't take it back and say I was joking.
And you still didn't take it back?
Refused, no.
Why?
And then I talked about it on Hot 97, and they wouldn't air it. Ebro, who does the morning show on Hot 97, and I told the story, and then afterwards he was like, I'm not going to run this interview because like Diddy's insane, and he blew up Kid Cudi's car.
นี่ยังใหญ่เลยน่าจะติดที่อะไรแล้วก็ตายจมน้ำตายอันนี้น่าจะแค่ครึ่งท่อนหลังนะ
Fuck that, y'all.
อะไรครับเนี่ยอนาคอนดา
I'm moving out of that place.
ใช่ไหมตรงปากทางเข้าแยกฮอนด้าจะเข้าวังปลาหมอนะครับน่าจะครึ่งท่อนหลังหัวไม่รู้อยู่ไหน
So everybody's talking about aliens. Let me tell you what's really going on. This is crazy. So Space Force said, don't be alarmed at sightings of emergency responders, military personnel, or simulated incidents near U.S. Space Force installations over the next few days. So these exercises, which are meant to test and improve Space Launch Delta 45's operations, will involve simulated launch-related incidents on or near the agency's installations. Now, these exercises are pre-planned and are part of routine readiness training. So here's the real problem. Experts warn that the threats from space are extremely worrying because they could knock out communications infrastructure and GPS, threatening systems for travel, banking, and more that people use every day around the world. It's getting serious. So they have this strategy called competitive endurance, and there are 3 tenets. The first 2 are focused on space domain awareness, while the third centers on developing technology to defend satellites and other at-risk space architecture. With all the crazy things going on and all the sightings, we have this going on as well. I don't know, people. Is it the aliens or Space Force?
American bread is not allowed in Europe because it's not legally classified as bread. Question is, who is to blame here? Is it the company or is it the government? I'd say it's America's insane lobbying. It's a legalized form of corruption. But that's where I'm a bigger fan of European policy. Here in Estonia, I've had the benefit of meeting various people who work in the government, and I look at the policy that they are enacting. For example, in Estonia, 51% of the country is forested. Everything grown here is certified organic. All of this this is law. I hate to break it to you, but if you live in the United States and you buy bread, it's not bread. It's a commercial, weird product that here in Europe, we cannot even consider food. And that's what you're putting in your body.
Do you think this is going to change with the new crew that's coming into office? Do you think a lot of stuff's going to become certified organic? Because we're learning now even organic things in the store aren't organic. Do you think this stuff's going to change, or is this just, you know, America on its way down? What do you guys think?
If they can do this right here and fool everyone in New York, I wonder what that means for our future. There's so much to say about this. So rapper Lil Uzi Vert, which is a play on word for Little Lucifer, did this right here as an album promotion. Of course, the UFO, coincidentally, right? Before we continue about Lil Uzi, go to Google or go to the Bird app and type in UFO in UK. These have been everywhere every single day the last week. Okay, now this part is huge. You remember when Lucifer or Little Uzi did that concert and he told everybody in there that they missed the rapture and that they were literally in hell and going to hell with him? Y'all remember that? And many of us have been talking about a fake rapture using this kind of technology right here. And then he is the one of all people who do this right here. And by the way, when he said y'all missed the rapture, he was actually talking about a crazy rabbit hole. Go down it if you dare.
Like, how brainwashed are the kids that listen to that when he says these things? I mean, I used to listen to hip hop when I was a kid, but, you know, I mean, I can't say, because Eminem had some crazy music and I used to listen to it. So I guess you can't be hypocritical, right, to the kids. But man, it wasn't that much in your face, was it? Was 50 Cent and all them and Ludacris and T.I. and, you know, that's who I used to listen to when I was young, like in high school and whatnot. They weren't that bad, right? They weren't coming out saying we're taking you to hell and upside down crosses on their tattoos and concert. I've never been to a concert, and concerts weren't on filmed like that back in the day, so I don't know what was going on at the concerts, but it wasn't that bad, right? They were at least preaching a little bit on their music.
The English language is full of curses and spells, hence why we learn how to write in cursive and how to spell in grade school. Each week we awake in the morning to go to our jobs on the weekdays to earn a living. The translation of that, trance, Trance, awake is a funeral for the dead. Mourning is what you do when you lose a loved one. You have to be in a weekdays to earn a living, since earn is ashes, since earn are ashes for the dead. And job is Hebrew for persecution. And at the end of this, we get the weekend of the deal, and we're weakened. So, happy Monday.
I see us prospering. I see the enemy's plans not working. You know that worry is investing energy into a problem that you don't know you'll have. I see everybody becoming self-aware. Hell, just had a chat the other day with some other fellow self-aware people. They didn't seem to be worried. I'm not worried. Are you worried? The only way that they plan's gonna work, the only way, is if you afraid of it. As if you afraid of it. Cause see, the thing is, when you prepare for doomsday, that most certainly creates doomsday.
What? See the type of thoughts you had, and those are a little far out thoughts, but he's out in nature, thinking, the mind's open, right? Yesterday I went on a hike. I almost dropped a tear out there because it's been a while. Before I went to Arizona, and maybe a week before that, I kind of fell off from the hiking and running. But I went for a hike yesterday. I almost dropped a tear, y'all. I was like, man, this is it. This is what my life is supposed to be. I'm supposed to be out here hiking in the nature and eating clean, just waste so much time eating bad. And I don't know, y'all. It just felt good yesterday. I encourage anybody. It's get out there and hike. Hike down a dirt road if you have no mountains. Because walking on a street in a neighborhood, I mean, it's good. I'm not going to tell you not to. But it's just not the same as to when, if you have the chance to get out there on the mountains or walk around a body of water, if there's a lake in your area, or, you know, that's way better to me than walking in the neighborhood. Walking in the neighborhood's nice, but it's more exercise for your body, to me, more than it is exercise for your mind, as to when you're out in nature and you put on a little motivational podcast, some motivational clips, and just go walk and listen and put those actions, learn how to start putting those actions to work, y'all, because yesterday, man, it was so nice out there.
What is going on in Idaho? I have had hundreds of residents in Idaho reach out to me as of recently, asking me to speak upon something that's been happening for weeks or even months now, apparently. And there happens to be a lot of concern about a certain creator on TikTok named Aaron Belk right now as well, which posted a really confusing video as of recently. I don't necessarily know how much I believe in that video, but a lot of them, including some farmers, especially in the desert, have been talking about hearing some loud booms. Now, apparently a lot of these booms happen overnight, but some even during the day. And a lot of reports of air traffic over areas of which they've never experienced such traction before. And then apparently pop-up camps appearing in remote areas that include groups of which these residents have never seen before. Now, I've been getting a lot of reports from Eagle, Idaho and Twin Falls as well. But what's interesting is that some of these accounts are from around Limhi County and Salmon Challis, but all reports being outside of forested areas. And I find that interesting because just a couple of months ago, I was speaking about Salmon Challis National Forest, and I was speaking about a water curtailment that was taking place in Idaho. Now, from what I understand, they actually came to an agreement. But what I find most interesting is that the only operating cobalt mine in the entire United States just so happens to be in Idaho. And do me a huge favor and go look up how many gallons of water per ton is required for processing. Now, see, I'm not going to say too much about that specifically, but I am curious as to what these residents have specifically been hearing and why these sounds are so loud to begin with. But I just can't find right now what would be a reasonable cause for those sounds.
So a couple of months ago, we started hearing these weird booms
Damn dog
out here.
Oh, you can't really see it.
We didn't know what it was, and there's not a lot of people that live out here. As you can tell, we're pretty rural. We've got a city back that direction, maybe 30 miles, and another one about 40 miles that way. Started noticing some weird stuff, like out on the desert. I was out there looking for deer, and we found a camp, which isn't unusual, but there was a lot of campers and a lot of vehicles, and none of them were local, and we didn't know who any of the people were, and we couldn't tell why they were even there. Wasn't a hunting camp at all, so we're not sure there. A reporter came out and interviewed a bunch of people from the area, and it was a local news station, and talked about a lot of stuff, posted a report, put it on the news, on the internet. Next day, it's all gone. Can't find any record of it. All been wiped. But us locals, and especially us locals with dogs, we go out at nighttime, and all of a sudden, we're hearing air traffic at night. And we don't hardly ever hear air traffic, ever. But when you take your dog out at night to go tinkle or whatever, you'll hear air traffic every time. Sometimes it sounds like helicopters. Sometimes it sounds like planes that are low. I don't have an answer. I don't know what it is.
Can someone please explain this to me? The Dodgers just came out with their price increases for their stadium for the 2025 season. Here are their prices for the following things. $35 for one beer. $15 for one hot dog. For a popcorn, that'll be $11. For a soda, but in a commemorative cup, $13. For a slice of pizza, $28. For an ice cream helmet, they put ice cream in the helmet, they see it at the baseball games all the time, $18. How does a beer cost $35? One thing of beer, a can, bottle, whatever, $35. A hot dog, which, the cheapest fucking meat you can find, $15. So just to get a beer and a dog, it's $50. That is insane. I would boycott if I were the Dodgers fans.
Guys, think about it. How much profit they're making. How much profit? I mean, think about it. How many people are in that stadium are drinking a beer, that $35 beer? That probably costs, what, $1.50 each beer if you buy it by the can, if that. $15 hot dogs. How much are buns? How much are hot dogs? You know they ain't getting the best of the best. Popcorn. That's crazy, y'all. I went to the Suns game, like I said on the previous video, when I was out there in Arizona, and I got a thing of nachos, which now they're not even the good nachos. It's just a little bag of tortilla chips and a thing of nachos. You don't even pour your own nachos, and it's cheap, right? Cheap, lazy, no heart in it, no love, no more. I got a non-alcohol beer, a can, 12 ounce. Got my girl like a Diet Coke. That was $48, y'all, for a thing of nachos, which is like a $2 bag of chips at the gas station, which used to be $1. It's crazy, y'all. They're making it impossible. They're making it ridiculous to take your family to a ball game now.
Fuck that. I would just sneak food into the stadium. That's insane.
Y'all, tell me I'm fucking tripping. Look at this shadow. There's not a cloud in the fucking sky. Bro, this fat ass circle.
They're in cloak.
There's literally not a cloud in the sky. What the fuck is casting this big ass shadow right here?
We are the first species.
Pay attention, people. Pay attention.
We are the first species.
Pay attention, people. Pay attention.
To be aware of evolution, to be aware that we are affecting our own evolution by everything that we do. The babies we eat, the food we eat, the wars we fight. We are the...
It's hovering, like literally.
Oh my God.
No, it's not. No, it ain't. No, it's not. Well, there's no clouds.
They're popping up, y'all.
Look at it on the camera. Quiet. What the dude? It's not moving quick enough. There's no tail. No blue or red light.
Oh my God, I see that.
Look, it's going up. It's taking off.
I know a lot more darker secrets about Hollywood.
I'll get live with it. When Harvey Weinstein invites you to a private party and Four Seasons stuff.
Oh, fucking there, bro.
This is in Arizona.
Over here, bro. Oh my God, bro.
Baby, don't move. I'm outside the truck. Don't move. There's a shit ton. Oh my God.
It hit over here by the fucking trees, bro. It's behind the houses now. Bro. Baby, I'm gonna pull forward. You see them, bro? You see them? Over there, bro.
My heart's pounding.
I'm fucking crying right now, bro.
Don't move, please.
Turn your camera full. TikToks don't turn like that. Yeah, that's something. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. When they legalized weed in Arizona during one of the elections, I went there a little stint. Y'all, I smoked a little bit. I shouldn't, with what's wrong with me. I'll never do it again. Didn't have a bad experience, but I remember I was on my balcony at my apartment, right? And they just built a brand new rec center, the Goodyear Rec Center out there in Arizona. I lived in those apartments right there. And it ended up being the water slide, like the umbrella that's on top of the water slide, and there was light. I am not joking, y'all. I sat there for like 15 minutes and it looked like a UFO at night. And I sat there for like 15 minutes just staring at it. And then the next morning I went out there as a damn water slide, y'all. Don't do drugs, y'all. Don't do drugs. Weed's not a drug. For me, it is. Yeah, that's something out there.
I got 7 bad genie pants. I got on 3 for $20.
This is a sketch from Saturday Night Live starring Bernie Mac, where Bernie Mac references Sinbad's genie pants. This is from April 5th, 2003. More proof that Shazam with Sinbad existed.
Okay, do you guys...
It did, y'all. I remember it. I remember it. Sinbad, and there was a Shaq Kazam, and whatever Sinbad was. I don't even... Has Sinbad ever been in anything else other than that movie? I remember it. Do you guys remember that? I remember it 100%. There was Shaq's Kazam, and then there was Sinbad. I remember it, y'all.
guys remember the tragic story of Kenneka Jenkins that was found unalived in a freezer at a hotel after attending a hotel party? Well, apparently now people are connecting this to Selena Gomez. Now, this is not the first I've heard of this. I heard about this a few years ago. I really paid much attention to it because I really couldn't understand where anyone would come up with that connection. However, I was a little thrown off when Selena Gomez came out with her video for Fetish, in which she's actually performing in a freezer. Selena Gomez was having kidney failure back in 2017 and she needed a transplant. One of her best friends had given to her. Today I saw something that said allegedly Bill Murray, who is allegedly Selena Gomez's uncle, actually owned a restaurant in the hotel that Kenneka Jenkins was unalived at. 4 days after Kenneka Jenkins' passing, Selena Gomez had a successful transplant, and allegedly the lead detective was her stepfather. Now, there was a gentleman by the name of Zach TV that tried to investigate this. I remember this premiered on television. He was trying to get deeper and deeper into what happened, and unfortunately, he is no longer with us. But what do you guys think about this?
So let me get this straight. We're supposed to believe that up until 1822, we had no idea how to decipher the ancient Egyptian language? And that's only because this dude deciphered some writing that was written on a rock found by Napoleon, who was most definitely a Freemason.
Like, this explains how much we're lied to. Like, who made these guys the geniuses? 1811 he was born. Let's just call it 1828 he found it. Why is he such a genius? There's no other people that walked the earth that knew these things. He was the first to ever. Like, that's how much our history is lied. Because history started from 1828 on. Napoleon, right? That's when history started. So what before that? We're all idiots.
Whose son
So
was dubbed the King of Rome, even though his dad is supposedly the one that dissolved the Roman Empire.
Or his dad. Call it the 1700s.
This guy found this rock, the famous Rosetta Stone, and this magic decoder ring only had 2 languages on it, Egyptian and Greek. And that's how we know almost everything about ancient Egypt? We're supposed to believe that this guy deciphered everything that was on this stone and told the absolute truth.
Yeah.
And we just believed it. I don't know about you, but to me that sounds a lot like the crazy guy down at 7-Eleven trying to sell me the recipe for water. Y'all stay safe.
So it looks like we have a massive blizzard coming to the Carolinas, and at what cost? Because it's going right to Asheville. Kind of weird, right? So this is done by Into Thin Air. I've been watching him for a while. He's always on point with this kind of stuff. And he's saying that I think the 10th and 11th of December, that we'll be getting 8 to 12 inches all the way down to Georgia as well. So all the way up here, all the way down to here. But then again, Asheville. Do you know what's going on in Asheville right now? If you don't, you should probably go search it. And I'm about to show you something else very odd as well. The temperature changing in broad daylight out of nowhere. And I don't know where y'all are, but where I am, it's literally in the 20s. I mean, they keep saying it's getting hotter and hotter, but look at this. This is not normal for South Carolina. In December, doesn't seem like it's getting warmer. It just seems like every category of storm is getting worse first time of the year. And something in Tennessee is changing the weather. So this dude was hanging outside. It was a clear day. And all of a sudden, this great smog comes up, covers the sun, and drops it 10 degrees. One thing is for sure is that Asheville has way too much to handle. And the weather this year has been completely erratic.
So I'm dumpster diving at Bath & Body Works. There's so much stuff in here. There's this bag full of these hand soaps. And then there's candles here. There's more bags of candles over here. I just pulled that bag out and look at all of these hand
dogs
soaps
barking
underneath.
at.
I've never seen this many, and they're all full. Looks like they tried to hide it under the box. I'm checking the other side. This bag is open, but there's a candle holder. I don't see anything wrong with it. And then more stuff. That is so cute. And then there's a bunch of mystery bags down here. And I just pulled 3 more bags out, and these are all full of candles. And here's everything I found. So these candles are all brand new. They're not broken or burnt. And then the super cute candle holder. There's also this, which is full of lotions. There's a bunch of hand soaps, and then these gel hand soaps. All of these are full, like not even used yet. And then same thing here, these are all foaming hand soaps, and these are full as well. And these bags, which are full of broken candles, same thing with the mystery bags, but these can all be melted down and used.
Now, I still haven't watched that overproduced, what is it, where oversaturated, whatever, on Netflix about all that stuff, but they throw these things away constantly, y'all. That's all brand new stuff that could be donated, not even to thrift shops, because they rip you off at thrift shops, donated to homeless shelters or donated to, you know, people less fortunate. Heck, even send them overseas to where Africa is, or, you know, third world countries, right? But they just throw these things away and they end up in landfills, and all this plastic ends up going into the ocean as trash. And that lady hit a gold mine, though, because I've tried it out here where I'm at, and I've seen YouTube videos where I know out here where I'm at, they put locks on the garbage cans so you can't even get in there. Like, that's how crazy the greed is, that they don't want you. We're going to throw it away, but I don't want nobody to come and take it for themselves. If I can't sell it, it's going in the trash. I've seen brand new pairs of Vans that are cut. I've seen brand new pairs of white shoes that have Sharpie written all over it, says trash, clothes cut. Like, it's just so crazy that that's what that documentary is about, which I still need to watch. I know maybe tonight me and my lady's been watching Narcos. We're going down the rabbit hole with Narcos on Netflix, but I need to watch that documentary because that's it. That's what they're doing. All that plastic, it's not going into the trash and burned in the landfill. It's getting thrown out into the ocean, y'all, and it's just terrible. Terrible that they could change the world, but corporate greed doesn't allow it.
Who is the Pope? He is the Emperor of Rome. Rome never died, never faded away. It became the Vatican. What is the Vatican? It is the priesthood of all of the old pagan religions of Rome, built upon the deception that they are Christian. Can man change the orders of God? Can man elevate himself above God? No. Then why did the Pope change the Sabbath from Saturday to Sunday, the venerable day of the worship of the sun Osiris? Why in the outer courtyard of the Vatican is there a temple of the sun, an obelisk, and a reflecting pool built as a fountain around the base of the obelisk? Because what we're talking about in Dealey Plaza and in Washington, D.C. exists also in the Vatican. And I'm not trying to insult Catholics, I'm just trying to tell you the truth.
I went back through my Italian art book and I found the Mona Lisa. So for those of you who didn't see the Statue of David video I did, this is the book that I got when I was in Florence studying abroad in 2001. So I'll show you the copyright again.
2008, 2000.
So 2000, flipping through the book, here is the Mona Lisa. This is her face in this book that I purchased 23 years ago in Florence. This is the face that I have always known. This is a anticipated face. If you have a different face and a different image, please share it so that we can compare pictures and see what the differences are. Because in this timeline, this Mona Lisa has a slight smirk on her face, but she is not smiling. She has got the original smize from America's Next Top Model. So share your pictures with us.
This shit is crazy. Listen, there's been cars exploding in South Florida, okay? One literally right out front. We had to leave. But get this. In Miami on Friday, a car exploded. In the port of Miami. You'll never guess what this car was in. A freaking shipping container. Do you guys remember what Allie Carter said, that there was going to be explosions randomly start happening, and then everything going on with TikTok, with people demanding that people open them? It seems like the House of Cards is falling down. I'm like so curious how all of this is going to play out. But yeah, we literally had to leave last night, like get our cats, put them in carriers. It's cars exploding. Really, really makes you wonder What is going on?
With the Wicked musical movie coming out, it reminded me of this Mickey Mouse cup from Disneyland where it says Mickey. But do you see what it says in the reflection? Look at the reflection in the drink. Look at the reflection. It almost looks like it says Wicked. Now, maybe that's just a coincidence. Maybe it's not. But that is kind of strange. And those cups came out, just so you know, way before this was a movie and way before this was a stage play. Now, I myself am probably not going to see the Wicked movie in theaters because I'm not into musicals. But I've seen a lot of reviews where people say they like it and that it's awesome. So maybe when it comes on streaming, I'll watch it then. And this video isn't about the movie. It's about the cup. Yeah, this cup from Disney, where it absolutely says Mickey, and the reflection looks like it says Wicked. Like I said, maybe it's a coincidence, maybe it's not. Maybe I'm reading something into it that isn't there. Wouldn't be the first time. But let me know what you think about that cup. Is there anything to it, or am I just a whack job? Let me know in the comment section, Booshkies. Shabadoo!
That footage, can you describe a lot of what goes on in it?
It was a birthday party that P. Diddy put on for Meek Mills back in 2014. In the video, I think it's sort of the typical, what you'd expect from a celebrity party. Hundreds of people there, a lot of faces that you might recognize. But I think one aspect of the video, perhaps the most shocking aspect of the video for me, was when you got that footage of people eating sushi off a naked woman. And that, along with the allegation from the property manager, were the most shocking part.
Yeah, and I saw the video. You do see just women laying out on the table, people all around her, sushi all over her naked body, everyone just grabbing like she was a serving platter.
Yeah, I mean, it is shocking. And I mean, obviously, I couldn't imagine being a woman in that situation. It's not nice. It's not what you expect to see. And yeah, I think that was definitely the most shocking spot.
I'd like a Big Mac value pack. Make it 2, please. Hey, what's that? It's the new value pack, see? You get a large Coke, a Big Mac, and a supersized fry with 30% more. All for just $2.59.
Okay, so let's order this exact same thing today, starting with 2 Big Macs, 2 large fries, and 2 large Cokes. Your total comes to $25.
Man, y'all check this out. Talk about a foamy mess.
Disgusting.
Check this out. My brother's getting scared.
They're fishing out there, gonna eat those fish.
The phone's getting in the boat. Look, it's turning us. It's pumping so much water, it's turning us. Getting nervous. Look at all the bubbles. You all right, bro?
He's pissed. Get me the hell out of here. You and your damn TikTok.
You want to catch that current right there? Boy, that shit. Man, look at that. Look at all
It's disgusting.
The bubbles.
Water ain't supposed to do that. Natural water ain't supposed to do that. That's what they're doing with all our plastic too in the oceans. Getting ready, anti-aircraft.
picture has gone viral all over the internet. That's because this apartment in China houses 20,000 people. Although many find it hard to believe, it's true. 20,000 people are crammed into one building. Commentators are calling it a dystopia, but is it a window into our future? Long ago, Dubai made global headlines with their new project, The Line, a housing project that will essentially cram tens of thousands of people into one building, reducing the space needed to build while simultaneously leaving the best land for billionaires. Even though this housing project looks much nicer than the previous one, it's not hard to see that it's just lipstick on a pig. If we know what's best for us, Americans will refuse these projects in the future because we've already seen how it ends.
I could see it happening, especially in Arizona. I can only imagine like a New York or California, but they have a little apartment complex in Arizona, in Tempe, I believe. I saw it on the news that no cars, no car. Light rail goes right there. You don't have to leave the apartment. You just leave the apartment to go to work. The apartment has grocery store, restaurants, bars, barber shops, gyms, anything you need, banks. It's got everything in that apartment complex. No cars allowed. They got e-bikes and all that all around there. And you take the light rail to work and back, which the light rail in Arizona is kind of ghetto, but that's that's where it's heading, y'all. I mean, where I'm at in Texas, I never thought I'd see this in Texas. They got a brand new neighborhood with a lazy river that goes through it, but one part of the neighborhood is renting, the other part of the neighborhood is like owning. So that's coming to Texas. So I know it's already in Arizona. I've seen that. They got whole subdivisions, nothing but renting. That's it.
MK Ultra is a pretty well-known CIA project, a mind control project. In the 50s, with the Cold War heating up, the U.S. hoped to discover what was called a truth serum. They secretly dosed unwitting U.S. and Canadian citizens with LSD, and they would interrogate and sometimes torture participants. They paid hospitals, prisons, universities for their participation and their silence. In 1973, CIA Director Richard Helms ordered all documents related to MK Ultra be destroyed. Nobody involved in the project, quote, remembered the details.
So
I
scary.
tend to think that it never stopped.
No, it just changes.
It just changes.
I remember hearing a story about a young kid. They had stings basically in brothels or in drug houses, and they would drug these people unbeknownst to them, and then they would leave. And this guy, no joke, wakes up 5 or 6 hours later, blood on his hands, and he had just killed 2 people. Like, he was confirmed at an MK Ultra house where they were doing testing, and it's like he just blacks out and suddenly he just kills 2 people.
We all watched Zoolander.
You learned martial arts. Kill the Prime Minister of Malaysia.
Yeah.
Have you seen The Line in Saudi Arabia? Do you know what that is?
Yes.
We think we know what money is. This is where the money is.
So what this is some mega city that's many miles long that they're building that's all completely integrated.
Nowhere.
One building. No roads, cars, or emissions. It will run on 100% renewable energy, and 95% of the land will be preserved for nature. Look how high it is. It's higher than the Empire State Building. It's 200 miles wide.
There's a whole city, a couple of thousand workers living out there in these little air-conditioned cubicles.
Bro, this literally is science fiction.
Yeah.
This is so demonic, and I wish I was joking, but Switzerland made an AI, a fake Jesus, artificial intelligence Jesus, that is supposed to take your confessions. And I'm about to show it to you, but what the people are saying who's actually done the confession with the fake Jesus is actually scary. 2/3 of the people who have done this so far are so deceived into thinking they had a spiritual experience. Well, technically it was spiritual, it's a demon. I know God's not happy, and further, it gave me so much advice. And the AI Jesus is literally answering questions of faith. I bet you its advice is you can pray to me instead, like all the other pagan gods said. Reminds me a lot of Revelation 13, they'll have power to give life unto the image of the beast. And also recently, Spaceman did that interview on AI saying that it'll make a new Bible and had a very mischievous laugh.
That's where our new Bible comes from. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Yeah, I wish that was funny. Yeah, okay, so I want to talk to you about a line. Yeah.
This year is going to be crazy. Here you go.
Lieber Freund, ich danke dir für die Zeit des Austauschs und der Reflexion. Möge deine Reise durch diese Welt dich mit wundervollen Augenblicken erfüllen.
Rebuked.
We gotta get.
Those confessions are being recorded in there, right? I mean, you're talking to a computer, so you don't think there's a camera in yours? Dark, y'all. Dark. Those confessions are now being recorded over there in Switzerland.
To this wicked story, this wicked press tour.
I don't even know where to begin. They can't stop crying. I just don't know what to tell you other than these individuals can't stop crying. And it just leads me to a lot of conclusions about theater kids in general. And it makes me question why we ever looked at celebrities in the way that we used to look at celebrities. I'm going through all of this. Like, why did we look up for these people? These people are fundamentally, they just got some things going on. Okay. So I'm going to show you this clip of Ariana Grande and Cynthia. Just first and foremost, I'm just going to show you them holding hands. They keep holding hands in this really weird way. I'm just going to show you this kind of here in the background. Just, they're repeatedly reaching out to each other and holding hands in a very emotional way, really to prevent one another from crying, because every time they get asked a really basic question like, hey, did you like the costumes? They just break down into tears. And so here is this clip of them on E! News, and they just sort of break down crying again. Watch this.
Our own, no, we're not gonna, we can't.
No, you get, yeah, no.
We can't.
No, you're gonna do it.
We've cried 500 times today.
We've done it
today.
a lot. We've done
no,
today.
and honestly, this is a PSA. So sorry, guys.
It is what it is.
There's
nothing we can do about it.
I can't imagine. And you know what? If you're in the comments saying how annoying it is, I'll say it first.
We can't help it.
I've said
it's
it
not
first.
on purpose.
I'm annoyed. I'm tired. My tears.
We are tired. Actually, I can't even. I felt the same thing outside. I was like,
do not do it here.
Tired.
Do not do it here. I don't cry before 4 p.m.
We can't do it. But we've been crying since 6 in the morning.
We are not doing it.
But we just had our own private cry in the parking lot.
Who's watching this? Who's watching this and actually supporting this? I mean, now I see why I haven't watched TV, y'all. You know, I watch the news once in a while. My lady likes to watch the local news, whatever, but we ain't sitting there watching E! But this is who Kamala used to try to get voters. That's how out of touch with reality Kamala, the Democrats, are. You see Trump on Joe Rogan, other podcasts, Dana White, like that, the people. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Like, what is this?
Just because we've like come through like a massive thing, and we've really stuck together.
Yeah, the stuff you don't see is the most special stuff.
Yeah.
Wow. Whoa, stop.
Whoa.
Jesus Christ.
Don't do it.
I'm leaving.
Don't do it. Stop, you guys.
You can't leave.
No, you're going to make the gays nervous. The gays are getting nervous. Look, your makeup artist is like sweating over there. Do not come in here. Don't you dare, Daryl.
Head back. Tell it back.
Okay, I'm going to change it. I'm going to change it for you guys.
Wow.
Personally, like, I'm starting to wonder if her and Cynthia maybe hooked up. Like, if Cynthia is about to steal Ariana from Ethan Slater, which would be some like great justice. But it's a very gay culture. It's like everybody's a homosexual that's interviewing them. They're doing a lot of homosexual interviews. They're acting homosexual in the interviews. And this is not to paint a picture. I'm just saying that just seems to be the reality. It's Out magazine. And so this category and what's happening is very strange. And the breaking down and the crying is very strange. And you should know that it's not normal. It's not normal at all. I don't know what's happening. I still don't like Ariana Grande, but I wanted to cover this because it's really fake and gay. And I am actually an expert on all matters that are fake and gay.
It's funny. So I was there, and I said to the Ark researcher, I said, "Are you absolutely sure this is Noah's Ark?" He said, "Well, let me answer it like this. It is 300 cubits long." And he said, "I can't think of another massive ship that would be in the mountains of Ararat."
This is the most significant historic archaeological discovery in history. The implications cannot be overstated. And you say emphatically, this is true.
I believe it 100%. Now, people who've been looking for it on Mount Ararat don't want to acknowledge it because they've been looking in the wrong place. The snow is almost gone from the top of the mountain in the hottest months of the year. And now Mount Ararat's become a popular place for mountain climbers. It is not on Mount Ararat. It is in the lower mountains of Ararat, 18 miles across the valley, on a mountain called Mount Judy. And guess what? If you just go up from where the Ark is laying, you will come to the ruins of the Silk Road. And the ancient writers clearly wrote that when people would travel the Silk Road, they would detour and go down the mountain to the ruins of the Ark. That's exactly where it is. People have been looking at the wrong place all this time.
Genesis is the beginning. You believe in dinosaurs, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, when is the first dinosaur bone ever found? I'm not trolling. I mean this.
No, okay. When was it found?
Yeah, it's as late as the 1700s by only straight white men in the West. Nowhere else in Asia. And they were like $1 million a bone. That's why when you go to museums, dinosaur museums, 99% of the bones are replicas made out of rat bones and resin, and the real bones are in the Smithsonian Museum, but that's actually giant bones from the Bible. The Bible talked about the giants. You went your whole life believing in mainstream media's Jurassic Park. Like, you should be ashamed of yourself.
The Paleolithic era, the Mesozoic, like all these are all fake.
Like, do you believe in evolution?
Yeah, to a certain extent, yes.
Where are the intermediary species between the whale and the whale that grew legs over millions of years of adaptation?
Michael is gone. Tupac is gone. Prince is gone. Whitney is gone. Amy Winehouse is gone. David Bowie is gone. But I'm still standing.
And the reason is because time is parallel, which means everything in the past and the future is existing in this moment, but within different frequencies.
What's the significance of UFOs?
Number one, it's not what you think it is. It's not coming from other planets. The evidence doesn't suggest that.
Interdimensional.
Yes. And the reason is because time is parallel, which means everything in the past and the future is existing in this moment, but within different frequencies. A civilization that's at the end of their technological cycle could build a submarine that changes its voltage and materializes in that same location, just into our timeline. And so there's a consciousness aspect to this. Everything you see is one band of frequencies. The highest frequency is light, unified mind. The lowest frequency would be blackness. And physical matter is somewhere right in the middle. So you have the ability to tune up higher or tune down lower. What it means also is that your brain is what's called a transducer. You're an antenna. So you create matter. And when you think something, it creates it. And you're not reactionary to your environment. You're actually proactive, and you just don't know it.
Not yet, anyway.
Yo.
Fuck, look, it's not even.
It's not even moving, fuck. There's a fucking ghost in there, St. Paul's Hospital.
The glamorization of the narco culture is more entrenched in Mexican culture than it is in the United States. Like, what is America's version of Malverde or like Santa Muerte? It's different because they even take it like the religious route, you know? They have that like Malverde chapel in Culiacan, and it's huge, and people are going there like regular people. That's like, you know, the patron saint basically of like the narcos, of the criminales.
They actually do have, for the big dogs, their grave sites. You've seen it on Narcos Mexico. Their grave sites are mansions. They got music playing in there all the time. They got their favorite food. They go there and play music. They always have the refrigerator stocked with their favorite drinks. Like, it's crazy. I used to talk to somebody, and her brother was from Mexico, and he had a band, and they would go out there and play, you know, when it was the anniversary or the birthday or something. That I don't like talking about this because I'm so close to it, but their, you know, organization would contact him to go out there and, you know, play that type of music out there. It's crazy. Oh, it's in the culture out there. It's crazy.
Keeping this from you.
That's why if America goes out there and tries to end it, it's never going to end, y'all. Someone else is going to take over because it's so embedded in the culture.
This is the underground city that was found beneath Los Angeles by a man named Warren Shufelt. It was discovered using a device he invented to detect underground tunnels and caverns. Shufelt mapped out a network of passageways stretching for miles beneath the city. And here is where it gets crazy. His maps indicated a central chamber filled with gold and advanced artifacts. Shufelt said that upon analysis of the artifacts and the scriptures found within the passageways, they all pointed to a lost continent named Lemuria. Despite his groundbreaking findings, city officials abruptly shut down his excavation. They officially claimed that the tunnels were old subway lines. But this is where they messed up. The Los Angeles subway system didn't begin operation until 1990, over 70 years after Schufelt's discovery. So what subway lines were they referring to? Some speculate that they were referring to an ancient civilization that had access to a subway-like system. Some have even gone further to say that the city officials had knowledge from the future. They knew that Los Angeles would eventually have a running subway system in the years to come, therefore it would be the perfect cover-up, perfectly concealing its true origins.
So I'm schizophrenic, and I'm going to show you what my hallucinations look like. So most of what I see is
Crazy,
that I'll
y'all.
see a black shadow behind me, like this. Or I will see them peek around the corner like this. This is a major reason why I never have, like, doors like this. I always have them open, because they will also do this one thing. They will look through the crack of the door and just stare at me. It's fucking freaky. Or I'll be in my living room and they'll be staring at me in my kitchen. So I really don't see people, I see black masses. I've seen zombie-like figures a couple of times, but I was really close to a mental breakdown. But yeah, that's what I usually see.
Y'all ever seen a meteor crater? Here it is. Here's the meteor crater. Love you, bye.
All right, family. There you have today's reaction. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to hit that link down below my second channel. As you're watching this, a new upload will be up over there. Go subscribe, y'all. 1,000 subscribers. We're doing a giveaway. How's everyone doing out there? If you made it this far, y'all, what are we going to put? What's been going on a lot in the world? If you made it this far, put a UFO or alien or something to do with the ocean. A crab, a whale, a shark, some water, because that's where they're at. Throw that down in the comments, y'all, so I see who's still here with me. Anyways, y'all, hope you guys enjoyed that. Like I said, video on the second channel. I got a lot to do today. We're having the baby shower on Saturday, so I got to go buy some stuff for that. I got to go buy a big floodlight to put in the backyard. I got to go buy some meat. I got to go buy some things, some waters, some drinks. I got a busy day to get after this, and I also got to hike, y'all. I got to start hiking every day out there. I ain't trying to run right now. I'm just hiking, just the basics, y'all. I ain't setting myself up for failure because I'm out of shape and it hurts when I run, and when I'm done the next day. Start with the basics, y'all. Start with what you know you can do. Walk, running will come in time. But anyways, y'all, I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you made it this far, leave a like, comment, subscribe. We'll be back tomorrow with another reaction. Just banged out an hour for you guys. Gotta leave some love. Go subscribe to the second channel, y'all. And if you just like to see the compilation without my chit chat in there, that link's down below. Go subscribe over there. This is Segovia. I'm signing out of the man cave. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow. And don't think this is like some crazy Illuminati sign. This is Sonora Quest Laboratories back when I used to be a courier. That's their emblem. It does look a little weird. Later.